Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is MTG Ghoul Dude back again today with another one of my Ghoul decks. So I kind of wanted to change over Chainer into something a little bit more something that I was looking to do in, the stronger rings that I run around in sometimes. So I decided to go on ahead and build my version of Nixilis Captive Kingpin. So for those of you that don't know, this is a combo commander. This is a very strong commander and way above tiers above casual EDH. Because for two, a black and a red, you get pretty much a Ristic study with flying and trample with power and toughness 4/3. Whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly one life, put a +1/+1 counter on Nixilis Captive Kingpin. Exile the top card of your library until your next end step. You may play that card. So this is going to help us generate tons of value with, pingers and all that other good stuff. But let's go on ahead and get into the mana ramp and the artifacts in the deck. And of course, we're trying to play fast, so we're going to play the Lotus Petal, the Mox Amber, the Mox Opal, the Chrome Mox, the Mana Vault, the Soul Ring, the Arcane Signet. Let's see if we can cut some of that glare out. Felwar Stone, Talisman of Indulgence, Thought Vessel. These are one of the more of the mana rocks that I have that I didn't have for the specific build. Going as high power as you can go is kind of hard on the wallet. So we're shirking off a little bit. It's not super on point, but it's going to help us still get there. Rakdos Signet, Cursed Mirror, and here we start seeing the artifacts that help supplement our plan to keep us, on track, and maybe to help buy us some time. Starting with Defense Grid, Wishcaller Talisman is going to help tutor. Unstable Amulet will help us exile, a little bit more card draw. And whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, therefore just keeping you going. Sensei's Tops to help us rearrange those cards. Cloudstone Curio is going to help us bounce permanents, help us, get into loops to where we can maybe find a way to close out the game. Bolus's Citadel is also going to be one of those card advantage engines if we can get into it. And I did not have an Agatha Soul Cauldron, but I did have an Unlicensed Hearse, and it's a little cheaper and it's a little bit more effective. And for me personally, I don't need the effect to give all of my creatures effects from, all the other good stuff. So we're just going to leave this as, our form of graveyard recursion prevention. Starting off with a little bit of ramp with Seething Song from our non-artifact spells. Desperate Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Culling the Weak. Oh no, come back. And if you guys have any suggestions for the deck, let me know down in the comments below. All of them are greatly appreciated, and I do my best to try to respond to all comments. Jessica's Will, Rite of Flame, Bergie, God of Storytelling just goes. It just goes, and it's awesome. Simian Spirit Guide is actually going to help us, in those little pinch situations where we just need that one more mana. A little bit of Graveyard Recursion with Chthonian Nightmare. And it runs pretty good with that recursion. And a Reanimate. And now we go into our card advantage and tutor options. Starting out with Imperial Seal, Gamble. Ad Nauseum is going to help us storm off. Hopefully, by the time we get a handful of cards, we can get to where we can win the game. Tainted Pact is going to help us find those niche cards we need. Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, Praetor's Grasp, Winds of Change, because I do not have a final Wheel of Fortune. Poor man's Wheel of Fortune. Grim Tutor is in place of the Beseech the Mirror. So, that's pretty good. And Yawgmoth's Will is going to help us go on ahead and get into our graveyard a little bit. Necropotence is just one of the best options for card draw in your higher power levels. So now we're going to look at the creatures that help us go on ahead and get out there and start getting value off of Nixilis, starting with Disciple of the Vault. Ragavan, just good in general, makes treasures. Firebrand Archer deals a damage, 1 damage. Kessig Flamebreather deals 1 damage. Orcish Bowmasters is great, especially if you do have a Rhystic Study on the board and on another side, and it's just a good creature. Reckless Fireweaver for artifacts. Imperial Recruiter is going to help us either find one of our win con lines or some advantage that we can try and levy. Razorkin Needlehead deals the damage. Rugged Smothering deals 1 damage the first time, then after that it just starts stacking up, and it does counter on us, so it does have to be very careful. This is another one of those that triggers on us if we're not playing a black spell, so you can kill yourself with this deck very easily. An early Mayhem Devil really just sucks when you're throwing it on the board, especially if somebody gets their treasures. Professional Facebreaker is going to help us make treasures to make mana or to make treasures to make more cards. Prosper Toneman, of course, is going along with the Exile theme, and whenever we play a card from Exile, you create a treasure token. Grape Shot is a great spell, especially early game when you have Ob out, and you can just ping a whole bunch of people after you've played a bunch of spells. And finally, we have the Underworld Breach. That's just like the Yawgmoth's Will, but this helps us figure through. I did not have a Lion's Eye Diamond for the deck, but I still feel like this is a good card in the deck. So now we go into some of our interaction for the table, starting off with Opposition Agent to help control those tutors. Tibalt's Trickery is really good for countering those spells since we're in red and black. Fire Covenant is going to help you remove some pesky creatures out of the way. Deflecting SWAT and Deadly Rollick are going to help as long as we have our commander out. Abrade to deal 3 damage or destroy target artifact. Pyroblast and a Red Elemental Blast need no introductions to help, bop out the blue spells. Lightning Bolt to deal with some of those pesky creatures that are staxing us out. So is Slaughter Pact. Outrageous Robbery is one card that I wanted to try and throw into the deck to see if I could get it to work. With a bunch of Grixis shells running around and top decks and tutors and everything, we can go on ahead and we could say somebody else is playing Sensei's top. Well, we can start taking advantage of the top on their turn if they can't find a way to draw it. So we'll just exile it face down, which is pretty cool for 3 mana, instant speed. Or even more cards. And Last Chance is going to help us deal the final blow, take an extra turn, and then win the game, hopefully before we die. And in this deck, we do have 2 combo cards. Of course, we had the 1 card combo with Ob Nixilis, the All Will Be 1. It'll drain your opponents until you have no library left. So, it's pretty cool. In the good old Dualcaster Mage, with the Molten Duplication and Flare of Duplication combo in the deck, so we can, make a whole bunch of creatures and just swing out at our opponents. And we do have 2 basic lands in the deck. We just have this beautiful white border mountain and this beautiful white border swamp. Be easier to fetch if we actually need to. But let's go on into some of the main cards in the mana base. Wooded Foothills, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, and Bloodstained Mire help round out our fetches. Raucous Theater is going to help us surveil. Sulphur Springs is good for either color mana. Mana Confluence triggers will help, draw some exile some cards. Badlands, Blood Crypt, City of Brass is also one of those that'll trigger our commander, command tower. Oh no, come back. Gemstone Caverns to help us get that early lead with mana. Spire Industry. Urza Saga to help get us some of our mana artifacts or a any of our different things that we have in the deck. Luxury Suite. Sokenzen. Ancient Tomb. Oh. Crystal Vein is just a favorite of mine. Blightstep Pathway. Let's see if I can tilt it up just a little bit more. Okay. Emergent Zone. The Phyrexian Tower and the Gemstone Mine. This is not aired out all the way, so you're going to have to excuse the cards. But that is Ob Nixilis Captive Kingpin. About as strong as I could get it. Like I said, this is a stronger, higher power deck, so I do not plan on playing it. I'll probably test it out a couple times with some, well, there were some cards falling. With some other players with some more higher power decks. But that is going to be it for today. I'm always willing to listen to your suggestions, and I really appreciate everybody that has liked the videos, that has shared the videos. Oh, those cards. But that is going to be it for today. I'll see you guys next time in the graveyard.